Good day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Okay, now the next time you see this, well, after the intro, it will be like a week or so later, I think. Because, yeah, when I got my last copper knife, I uh, didn't want to do a patina on the thing, and I carried it for a week or two, and then it had the shiny spot under the clip, and the rest of the thing patinaed differently. So then I checked the Barranca video for that. Anyway, so I have a Kansept knife here that I love. And you might have seen a short about it and things like that already. But I'm afraid that the same thing will happen. So I'm going to start carrying this knife now. Let's put that over there, then you can look at a beautiful box. Anyway, I'm going to carry this thing now for a while. Excuse the light. Let's see if I can change that a bit. There we go. Okay. Excuse the light. This is the main street. Okay, the Kansept main street. Now I want to start carrying this thing, but I'm afraid that the brass will patina, and then I will have this weird color under the pocket clip. I love this knife. Anyway, so I'm going to take off the pocket clip and see if I can carry it like that for a week or so, and then I will put back the pocket clip for the actual review. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. You are going to listen to my intro, and then I will do the actual review on this knife. Good day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Today we are going to look at this bad boy, which is a Dirk Pinkerton design Kansept knife. Okay. Over here on this beautiful 154 cm blade. Let me just see if I can show you that. 154 cm. We see the Kansept logo, beautiful stonewash, Wharncliffe blade shape. This brass, let me just see. There you can, yes, there you can see it. Okay, it's like this stonewash finish on this blade, on these handles, and it did not patina, thank goodness. Okay, so it still looks as pretty as the day I got it. I took the clip off and I carried it like a big lump in my pocket for a week, continuously touching it with my sweaty little hands, and nothing changed. Okay, so thank goodness I could put the clip back, which is a fantastic clip, and it's a milled titanium clip. Okay, all the screws on this thing, except for these two little bad boys over here, will be Torx 8. Okay, so Torx 8 screws everywhere, pivot everywhere, and then the pocket clip T6s, and you can swap it tip up or tip down, but only right hand carry. If we look over here, we can see it's a Dirk Pinkerton design, so that's why we have the little DP over there, and then it says Main Street. Okay, because this is the big Main Street. There was a little Main Street. I did not like the little one, but now we have a big one. Sorry for hitting the camera. Now we have a big one, which is way cooler. It's a Wharncliffe, but it's not 100% flat. It's got the slightest curve at the bottom. Let's see if I can show you on my... Okay, now it looks super flat, but yeah, it's a little bit of a wiggle you have over there. Okay, let's quickly do specs while I have the ruler out. In centimeters, blade length 8.5 centimeters, and overall it's 20, maybe 20.5 centimeters. And in inches it is 3 and maybe just a bit less than 3.5 inches. The blade length, I don't know what you call that. Anyway, a bit less than 3.5 inches. And then overall it's about 8, looks like. It's heavy. It's made of brass, but you can get them in all manner of different things, whatever you like. I love the brass. The brass the whole idea that this is 154 cm. I love 154 steel. Okay. Steels. I hate talking about steels because people get very upset about steels. Okay. If you have a super hard steel like M390 or 20CV, which is pretty much the same thing, just yeah, if you make it in America, it's 20CV. If you make it in Europe, it's M390. But still, hard steels. Great edge retention, but they can chip. Okay, I'm not saying it will, but it might. Maybe it might. Okay. Um. Anyway, and then we get things like D2, which has got almost the same edge retention as S35, but it can rust. S35 being one of my favorites because it's okay. It's like the 440 of steels. 440 C used to be the what do you call it? Like the trifecta of awesomeness, edge retention, toughness, and stain resistance. And then yeah, as things got better, because remember 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the stuff that we used for knives compared to today, it will be quite horrible. Today, if we look at something like HCR, which is not a bad steel, keeps the edge for long enough, tough enough. It does not corrode. Sorry about the chopper flying overhead. It does not corrode. It does not tarnish. It looks good always. Okay. But if you look at something like a 7CR or a 3CR at this stage, you're going to say, oh, that's horrible. I hate it. Yeah, we need more CRs always. If we look at the Damascus that we get in most budget-minded brands, it's like a 9CR based thing. And now I see we get like 10CR. Okay, steel, all over. 154, I love both. The powdered one and the normal one. It's a very good, friendly, nice steel. Okay, I must say I also like the Sandvik steels, both 12 and 14, great steels. Steel. If you want to know things about steel, there's lots of guys way smarter than me that actually do tests and things. I don't carry a knife for long enough to know how well the steel works because I carry a knife for a week or so and then I get something else and then yeah. I occasionally sharpen something that I really like and really carry with me a lot. But I suppose you guys are already sick and tired of me telling you that what's that Kaiser? I don't know, the flat nose Kaiser that I was playing with. Yeah, that's one of the ones I carried the most for a while now. The Quatch. Okay, so now I'm carrying this one. And luckily it's got 154 again, and I love that steel. Not because I carry it so much that I will, well, maybe I resharpen a knife once. That's if I carry it for a while, put it in a cupboard, leave it there for a few years, and then take it out again, I will resharpen it. Because this thing is still as sharp as sin. But like I said, I don't cut boxes for a living, and I don't skin buffaloes for a living. Oh, I do want to make a belt, and I do want to use this one to do that because it's got a fantastically pointy tip. Anyway, we were talking about the Wharncliffe shape on this thing. Wharncliffe shape, a bit of a modified Wharncliffe because it's bent a little bit. They say the stock thickness on this is 3.2 millimeters. Okay, it looks way thinner because of this beautiful pattern they have in here. Doesn't do much for jumping, but you don't really need it, but it will give you enough traction. With this type of blade, you're going to use it for scoring cuts. So the, I don't know, reverse ramp or this upswept piece over here is actually going to give you more traction. You should think that this is quite slippery because it's brass, but it's not. This is a really nice knife. And it's like a hard-working gentleman's folder. Over here, we see that this, what do you call it, stop pin, it's actually bolted through both sides of the liners. I don't know if you will be able to see in there, but it does have skeletonized steel liners inside of the brass. Okay, but the stop pin is bolted through both sides. So this is actually quite a strong knife. This thing, apart, and the tip is not that dainty. Well, it's dainty. You will break it if you try, but I think the steel choice makes up for that. I love this thing. I really like this knife. For an EDC knife, I would definitely recommend this. And at the price, I think I paid 1,400, maybe 1,500, something like that, for this one at the Knife Guy here in South Africa, but you can get it everywhere. Um, I really dig this knife. Okay, enough said. Have a wonderful weekend. We are allowed to drink again in South Africa. Stay safe, happy, and have a good one. Goodbye. Don't I look fancy with my milled pocket clip, titanium pocket clip, and brass sticking out of my pants?